Christmas. Happy holidays. Anyways, as you can see, I'm busy wrapping gifts right now. This gift is for somebody very special, so I've saved the best for last. You know, some of my more special gifts go towards my children and to Linda and my mom, and also this one is for somebody very special as well. So I also want to show you some of my goodies, and I'll get more into that later. Okay, I'll just set that down over there nice and quietly. I have a nice hot chocolate right here. It's a really nice hot chocolate. So anyways, now before I go any further, I just have to tell you that, September of 2022, I posted my first video, my first ASMR video, and I did it because I wanted to try doing some ASMR along with my cooking channel. And it was funny. I posted 3 videos, and then I went away on a mini vacation, and I came back, and I think I had something like 11 views altogether on all 3 of my videos. And then I posted a 4th video. It was a McDonald's video, and for some reason that one just kind of took off. And on December the 13th, 2022, I reached 10,000 subscribers. And that's just amazing, because I remember when I had my first subscriber, I almost thought it was a joke. I thought, really, I had like, a few views, 1 comment, 1 subscriber, and I can't thank you people enough. I really can't. I was doing ASMR because I had to do something to fill my time as a retired person, and I've become so much a part of this community, and I've really embraced it, and I just love all you people. You've been so good to me. I can't thank you enough. I really can't. Okay, you've been so generous with your comments, and with helping me with different things like my microphone, my lighting, and different suggestions here and there. Most of all, you've been really supportive, and I can't thank you enough. So anyways, I'm going to get onto my gift wrapping. I'm gonna wrap this upside down because I'm not very good at wrapping. So I'm just going to gently put that there like that. And then I'm going to explain these goodies here. We all have a way of kicking off Christmas. One thing that Linda and I do is we start our baking in November, and we've done a lot of our Christmas baking. The one thing that's missing there, aside from my world famous pecan tarts and butterscotch tarts, or butter tarts, pardon me, is my whipped shortbread. As of the time that I'm making this video, I still haven't made them yet. Christmas is a very busy time, but I'll get more into that later. But I want to get this gift wrapped up. So like I said, I'm not very good at gift wrapping, so bear with me. But anyways, we all have a way of starting off Christmas. I know one thing I like to do is Linda and I start decorating. We start putting the lights up on the house in November. I like to get an early start on that because, like I said, Christmas gets so busy, So that's kind of one thing we do to kick off our Christmas. Get the lights put up, and of course we start doing our shopping and that sort of thing. So there's always that to do. And of course, aside from that, some of the more fun stuff to get us in the spirit. We like to attend Christmas functions. When this isn't too crinkly, one thing we like to do is there's a town sort of southeast of where we live. It's called Ladysmith. And if you're a fan of Pamela Anderson, the actress, that's where she was born. And I think right now she has some kind of a reality TV thing where she's fixing up her grandmother's house or something like that. Anyways, it's in that same town. In 1987, that little town, which is very tiny, it's right on the ocean on the side of a hill, overlooking the ocean, all these little Gulf islands. Beautiful little town. They started a festival of lights, and what they did was most people, the locals, call it the Ladysmith Light Up, and where they just went all out and decorated the main street, and they encourage all the residents to put up lights, and then every year on November 24th, I think at about 5 or 5:30, they get someone to flip the switch and all the lights come on all at once. It's great, but before that they have a parade, a big parade, and they have a lot of vendors and hot chocolate, and then after that they have fireworks, and it's just a really good time. And that little town, the main street, looks pretty much the same as it did 100 years ago. They've actually filmed a couple movies there because it's still very authentic in the way it looks. So, yeah, it's very cool. That's a good way to kick off Christmas, and that's kind of how we like to kick off our Christmas. Or that's one way anyways. Like I said, I'm not very good at gift wrapping. So I'll just put that there like that. I made up a name tag ahead of time here. And I'll do the big reveal later as to who this is for. Just take that there. And I got this lovely little flower right here. There it is. That's a nice little gift. See? So I'll just set that over there like that. And I'll show you later who it's for. But yeah, so anyways, we started our Christmas baking. And I've made these before with peanut butter. These are like the confetti thing, but I did chocolate this year. I may do some peanut butter ones later, but like I said, it's been so busy. I got my butter tarts, my homemade pastry. Many years, because I was working and very busy, I've used the frozen tart shells, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've done that many times, the tart shells nowadays, they're very good, they're very tasty. Linda's cookies right here. She also does some brown sugar shortbread, and my whipped shortbread, like I said, it's basically just flour, icing sugar, cornstarch, and butter. You just gotta really whip that butter and that icing sugar, and they turn out really well. And different little things on here. These chocolates are very interesting. Linda has a friend who has chocolate molds, and they take these chocolate molds every year, and Linda and her friend, and sometimes Linda's daughter, and maybe one or two other ladies get together, and they make all their own chocolates, and they buy all these little, they look like a little flying saucer, whether it's round as a dime, a little hump. These little caramel chocolates, they buy those bulk, melt those all down, and that's what they use. So they actually turn out really well, So different things here. So anyways, we got our Christmas tree the other day, and we went out to the Christmas tree farm, and they give you a bow saw, and you go pick out the tree you want. You saw it down yourself, and once again they give you hot chocolate and stuff like that, and candy canes for the kids, and they even give you rope to throw it on the trunk of your car or on the roof of your car and tie it down and take it home. So we did that. That's really cool. So I'm gonna try one of my pecan tarts. I mean, I've tried a few already, but I'll try one for now. That's hot. Yeah, that's really good. Well, that's tasty. When my kids were little, we'd go get a tree. And a lot of times, because my ex and I were both working, we didn't have time to go to the tree farm. Because the only time we go would be on the weekends and be really crazy busy. So we would just go to one of the lots, like a lot of department stores and grocery stores, and even 7-Eleven. They they sold trees. And the trees back then when my kids were little, I'm going back to, the late 80s, early 90s. You get really decent Christmas trees for $8, $10, maximum 12 usually. And of course the price seemed to go up every year, but that's okay. A lot of times the Boy Scouts would be selling them, that sort of thing. So anyway, one year they were selling these cultured trees, these beautiful cultured trim trees that were just perfect. No gaps. It's just a perfect tree. Beautiful, huge, smallest one was probably, 6 feet, real thick trunk on it, beautiful. They were grown that way and trimmed and, cultured, whatever. Anyways, they were asking $20 for these things. It's like, oh my Lord. Well, we decided we wanted to have one, so we bought one. $20. Now that was outrageous back then to spend $20 on a Christmas tree. I remember neighbors would come over and look at it, and my mom would come over and look at it, and everybody just was in awe of this beautiful tree. I mean, it did look very good for $20, no doubt. My mom really likes Christmas, and she loves Christmas trees, and she'd say, "Oh, you should see Betty's, my neighbor Betty's Christmas tree. It's so beautiful," and this kind of thing, right? And she came over and had to see our tree, and it was very nice. It was probably one of the nicest trees that we've ever had for Christmas. Mind you, like I said, paying $20 then was probably like paying, maybe close to $100 now. It's just really, really pricey. So anyway, by the way, you like my Bob Ross Christmas t-shirt? I got this last year from Linda. I love it. It's perfect for me. And I'm sure you noticed my cool hat. I'll get more into the hat later. There's a reason I have this hat. Anyway, our Christmas tree, our big cultured Christmas tree, we had it all set up in this beauty little stand. This one night we're sitting at the supper table, all 5 of us sitting there, kids were little, and we hear a crash, bang, and we see this furry thing go flying down the hall. Oh, what the heck? Go into the tree, is completely toppled over, decorations everywhere. Well, the cat, we had this big hairy cat, it tried climbing up the inside of it. We'd seen it try to do that before. And it climbed up there, knocked it over, and scared itself, went flying down the hallway. So we thought there's going to be a better way to keep this thing upright. So in the corner where we put the tree, there was always this lamp hanging there, this swag lamp. And we'd always take that down, so we put the tree in there. And there was a hook in the ceiling that held the lamp. So we decided to tie a rope from the hook to the top of the tree, just wind around there, and just keep it steady like that. And so we did that. And because the rope would stretch a bit, I tightened it up real good, so that the tree was actually just sort of hanging off the ground, still in the stem, but just sort of hanging off the ground, so you could spin it around. It worked like a hot damn. We did that every year from then on. Made it easy to decorate, because we put the tree up and hang it, and then my ex would spin it as I put the lights on, or vice versa. And when you want to decorate, just kind of spin it around, it worked great. And you couldn't tell because the star would hide the rope, the rope was behind the star. And we always used a green rope anyway, and just, unless you were looking for it, you couldn't tell. But anyways, I love Christmas trees. The smell of real Christmas trees is always an exciting time to go get them. can smell it. That's one thing about artificial Christmas trees that you don't have. Now, my mom's had an artificial Christmas tree for years, and because nobody loves Christmas more than my mom, she puts hers up November the 1st, like clockwork. I'm not even sure if she even decorates. I think she just puts it away somewhere in one of the spare rooms already decorated, you know. So, anyways, back in the 60s, Mom and Dad decided to buy an artificial Christmas tree. I'm not sure why. But anyways, you know, there was this kind of this marketing trend going on where they were really pushing a lot of fake trees. You see it in the Charlie Brown Christmas where they have like the silver ones, the pink ones, and there was actually a lot of trees like that back then. So my parents decided to buy just an ordinary green fake Christmas tree. Well, it was pathetic. It was nothing but a green pole with holes drilled in, and you took these like pipe cleaner type things, just jammed them in there, and could have been a broom handle for all I know. It actually, if this thing were 6 feet tall, it would look probably better, because that's what it would look like. So, anyways, once it was decorated, it didn't look bad. But Christmas trees have come a long way now. The fake ones, I mean, you see them in the department stores. You walk in, it's like, holy cow. Mind you, some of them might be as much as $400 or $600, but they look good. You know, they've got snow on them, and you know, they look really good. So I'm gonna eat a little more. I know a lot of people don't like Christmas cake. I actually don't mind it. When I was a little kid, I thought this was like the worst thing in the world. But I don't mind it. It's not that bad. We didn't make this. Linda's sister made this. I remember when I was a kid, in a small little hamlet. We lived about 7 miles from the Montana border. This little hamlet only had maybe 10 or 12 families living there. And this one Christmas, this couple, Becky and Albert, they were the postmasters. They ran the post office out of their house. But they pulled up in front of our little house one night, just a few nights before Christmas. And it was a beautiful evening. And my mom came and got me and said, come out and see this. And we went out there. I'd have been about 4 years old, but I still remembered bits and pieces of it. And Becky and Albert had a horse-drawn sleigh with their horse hooked up to it. And so, and Albert was driving, and he was taking the kids for a ride. And, you know, I couldn't go by myself, so my big sister went with me. And my other sister, I think there was 3 of us, in this little sleigh, and he just went around a little bit. It was so cool having a horse-drawn sleigh with snow on the ground, and it was so cool. I'm lucky I can remember little snippets like that. I remember a lot of my favorite gifts that I got. I remember I got a road race set when I was about 10 years old, I guess. I love that. It was an Eldon road race set. You squeeze the trigger and the cars go around on a track, 1/32 scale. That was so much fun. My parents, you know, God bless them, they did the best they could to get the kids whatever they could get them, you know, which is really nice. Because, you know, when you grow up in a big family, money's pretty tight sometimes. So anyways, about the hat. Over the years, I was asked to volunteer at my place of work where I used to work, because they have the light displays. They have those light display tours. Now the facility that I worked at had their own bus. The one they have now, I think, is a 16-passenger bus, but you can it's got a lift for a wheelchair and all that. So they take the residents out to see the lights at Christmas. course, some of them can't go because, you know, they're complex care or bedridden or whatever, but the ones that are able to go really enjoy it. And they have the driver, and they have somebody from the activity department, but they always like to have another person as well. And because it's on your own time, you volunteer, you don't get paid for it. So it was hard to get people to do that. So I volunteered a few times, and I actually volunteered again this year. I've done it once already, and I'd always wear my Santa hat, but go out and look at the lights, you know. The one, the care aide in the activity department would have a map of all the places to go, and the bus driver would just follow that route. There's one house, Lyndon, I drove by a few times now. It's not too far from here. I call it Snoopy's Doghouse. It's a tiny little house, probably a 1-bedroom, maybe 2 bedrooms. It's about the size of a big garage. Tiny little house. But it's probably got 10,000 lights on it. I mean, it just glows, it radiates. It's, you know, that Christmas Vacation when Chevy Chase pulls the switch and he plugs everything in. It all comes on. That's what it looks like. It's just lit up. I wouldn't want to be paying his power bill, that's for sure. But I enjoy doing those light tours. They're fun. But yeah, I had a bit of a cold there for a while too, so I couldn't do as much as I wanted to. So I'm glad I got more done than I got more done than I planned on doing anyway. So and all my gifts are wrapped. I'm gonna try a cookie. That's what I did, the shortbreads. Wow, that's tasty. And one thing I like doing is watching Christmas specials. Now, if you're like me, there's probably some Christmas specials that it almost feels like your Christmas isn't complete unless you see that certain Christmas special. And for me, I kind of feel that way about some Christmas specials. One Christmas special that I just have to see every year. Well, there's a few, but the first one is Scrooge. Now, there's been a lot of versions of that one. I saw one recently with Patrick Stewart, and then I've seen the George C. Scott. Henry Winkler made one back in the 70s, I think, and there was one made in 1938. There's been a lot of them, a lot of cartoon versions, and you know, Bill Murray had his own version. And my favorite is the 1951 classic with Alastair Sim. I love that one. As far as I'm concerned, that's really the only one. No disrespect to Alastair Sim, but I always felt he was put on this planet for one reason, and one reason only, and that was to play that character. He is so good. I mean, the whole cast is so good. They're absolutely superb. They're stellar. Absolutely. You would almost think that film was made back in the 1800s, in the mid 1800s, because it seems so real. The sets are so real. It's so good. I just love it. The first time I saw it was Christmas Eve during the day, back in the late 60s, and I thought, wow, what a weird show to have on TV over Christmas, because I wasn't familiar with it at that time. But I try and make a point of watching it every year. A number of years ago, they came out with a colored version, quite a few years ago now, and I watched that, and I was actually kind of distracted by the fact that it was colorized, so I couldn't really enjoy it. But then I got used to it. But I still prefer the black and white. I'll take either one, you know. But you know, I'm used to the black and white one. But I just love watching that. You know, the ending, and I just love it. Such a good movie, good story. And of course, I like watching Christmas. First time I saw that was when it first came out in '65. And even though I'm a big kid now, I still watch. I like watching some of those cartoons because they take me back to when I was a little kid. You know, I mean, like I said, I remember seeing that for the very first time that it aired, and so it just takes me right back. And I love that story. You know, I love the ending. You know that part where Linus comes out and he explains. He's on the stage in the gym in the school, and he explains the whole meaning of Christmas. I used to think that was the longest part of the cartoon. Now I just love that part. It just nails it. You know, I love that. Because from then on, even Charlie Brown, his whole view just changes when he hears that. You know, suddenly he just doesn't care what the commercialism or anything else. He just goes out there and he gets the tree he wants, and he just does what he wants, because it's all in the meaning of Christmas. And like I said, I just love that story. I love the ending and everything. Very well done. And you know, I'd be very interested in hearing, you know, what you like as far as Christmas specials. It doesn't have to be a movie. It could be, you know, like Ice Capades or something, or you know, those TV shows where they have these decorating. You know, people have like 5 acres and they have 2 million light bulbs, and they have these, you know, they decorate their property, you know, that kind of stuff, those contests, you know, whatever. I'd also like to hear, you know, how do you normally kick off Christmas? Do you have like a special ritual that you do? Is there like a Santa parade you go to, or a Santa train ride, or, you know, whatever. You know, when I was a little kid, I used to be afraid of Santa Claus because he was like a big scary dude, right? You know, he was loud and obnoxious, and it used to scare the living daylights out of me. But I got over it. And it makes the best shortbread cookies. Are so good. My whipped ones melt in your mouth, but these ones actually taste better. So another Christmas special I like is Christmas Vacation, the Chevy Chase movie. I mentioned it a few minutes ago. It's just too funny. I have to see that one. It's just so funny. Cousin Eddie, what a blast. It's so good. I watch it every year. It never gets old. And another one that's become one of my favorites lately is Jingle All the Way. The first time I saw the preview for that, the trailer, I just kind of shook my head. I thought, oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger being chased through the house by a reindeer, and you know. But the first time I watched it, I think it was Sinbad that kind of drew me in. Sinbad is just so funny in that movie. He's a hoot. Plays a character named Myron. But anyways, him and Arnold are on the hunt for a certain doll for his kid, or an action figure, I should say. Turbo Man. So funny. And Miracle on 34th Street, the 1947 version. I remember seeing that when I was a kid. The whole family watched it. We only had one channel, right? And I just thought that was just an amazing show. I thought, wow. They really focus on, you know, people's state of mental health in that movie. It's kind of, there's like an underlying current there, you know. Very good movie. Very well done. Of course, it's very dated now at this point. It's 10 years older than me. But, you know, it's still a very good movie. I like it. I didn't like the 94 version as much, but I do like this one, definitely. And of course, I like Home Alone. Home Alone's really good. You know, it's the same slapstick stuff with the 2 burglars, and but it just has a real Christmas feel to it. The one part of that movie I absolutely love is when Kevin goes into the church choir singing, and he sits down, and he looks over, and he sees his neighbor, that he's heard all these, weird rumors about. And the neighbor comes over and wishes him Merry Christmas, and they shake hands and they talk, and you can hear the choir and everything. It's just so beautiful. Oh Holy Night, I think it's called. But it's just that's one of my favorite parts of the movie. I just love that. It's so well done. But yeah, to me that I like movies that sort of have those little parts where they kind of sort of shift gears a little bit. Yeah, it's just kind of nice. I always get a nice warm feeling when I watch that part. It's got a good ending. And of course, another Christmas special I like is Rudolph. I first saw that when I was a kid, and once again, our whole family was watching it back in 1964. And I remember seeing Rudolph. It was like a 1-hour cartoon, and I just loved that. I was just mesmerized. I couldn't look away. I just was so focused. And you know that the abominable snow monster, my friend John, who's 6'5", 240, big man. He used to be afraid of that when he was a little kid. He was so afraid of it. Too funny. Every time it's on, I always send him a text, just kind of bugging him. But yeah, that's such a good show. I just love it. There's a few other movies that I like to see. That they're not necessarily my must-sees, but I enjoy watching them. Like the last few years, I've been watching with Kurt Russell. I think it's called The Christmas Chronicles. I think there's a second one out too. I've seen them both. I've seen the first one 2 or 3 times, and It's a Wonderful World and stuff like that. There's a lot of movies that come out at Christmas, but I don't really think of them as Christmas movies. Like, for instance, the movie Hook. I really like that movie, but even though it takes place at Christmas, I don't really think of it as a Christmas movie myself. Somebody once told me that Die Hard was a Christmas movie. Wow, that's weird. But I can try one of the Ladies' Tarts that they made there, or chocolates, pardon me. That's good. Yeah, they make all kinds, coconut, pecan, whatever. This is like a caramel with some nuts or peanuts, I think. Oh, nice. Wow, that's good. Wow. Now these things, like I said, I normally make these out of peanut butter, butter, butterscotch chips, and marshmallows, mini marshmallows. I did it with chocolate this time. I've made it with chocolate before. I prefer the peanut butter ones, but I wanted to mix it up a bit. So, last year, Christmas of 2021, we had a white Christmas for the first time since 2008. We might have a white Christmas again. We've had snow already. We had snow in November, late November. A white Christmas is nice, but last year I had to pick my son up from the ferries because he came over from Vancouver, and it was snowing, so it makes the roads kind of treacherous. months later when I dropped him off, it was kind of the same thing. It was a bit of a white knuckle experience driving down there, you know. I got good snow tires, good winter grips, and I got a front wheel drive. But you know, there's times when the car, you know, takes on a mind of its own, you know. So as much as I enjoy a white Christmas, it's nice just to have a little dusting, you know. Otherwise, it kind of hampers things a lot, you know. So, oh man. So I'm going to be cooking a turkey for my mom as well. And, of course, Linda and I will be having the big Christmas. I think we're doing it on the 26th, because that's when her kids can come from out of town, that sort of thing. And we're trying to get her dad over too. He lives on another island, so, but he's very elderly and quite weak. And it's exhausting for him, you know. It really is, you know. Just not very right. Just kind of plays him out, you know. Wow, that's really good. I really do like Christmas, though, you know. It's just such a fun time of year. You know, a lot of people say, well, it's kind of phony, you know, and very commercial. Well, yeah, it's very commercial, but it doesn't always have to be. I mean, you can look in and see the true meaning of it, you know. I know one time I had this neighbor, Robert, and he worked in the mill. We're going back about 30 years, and he comes up to me one day, this is just around Christmas, he's over, we're having a drink, and he says, you know, Christmas is so phony. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, today my boss comes up to me, shakes my hand, says, Merry Christmas, Robert. And I said, what's wrong with that? He says, well, he never does that. He never even talks to me, you know. He says it's so phony that he would do that now. And I said, okay, I understand what you're saying, but at least he said it this once, you know. I mean, he took the time to say it this once, and I know what you mean. It does seem kind of, you know, kind of phony that one day out of the year he does that, but you have to try and see the bright side of it, that at least he remembered your name anyway, right? So, you know, whatever. It's all what you make it out to be, I guess. We've got a picture of our kids, my ex and I, when our kids were little, sitting on Santa's knee. My oldest boy, took him a few years to get comfortable, but he's kind of sitting there. You can see his mom. He's kind of sort of reaching for his mom. My middle boy's sitting there crying like this, and my daughter is looking up like this at Santa in total fear, right? It's the most hilarious picture ever. I wish I could find it somewhere. I got it somewhere, but I was looking for it. I just couldn't dig it up. But it's around somewhere, but it's just a hoot. But yeah, but I'm really looking forward to this Christmas. You know, it's exhausting sometimes because, you know, it's a lot of running back and forth and this and that, but in the end it's worth it. You know, I get to see my whole family, and hopefully we're all together and that sort of thing. You know, it's not about the gifts. I enjoy giving gifts as much as I enjoy receiving them, sometimes even more, you know. And I know when my kids first moved out of the house, I would kind of struggle with what to buy them, because when they were little, it was so easy, you know. I mean, it was either Power Rangers or Ghostbusters or Xbox or Nintendo, whatever. It was easy, right? But as they got older and when they moved out of the house, somebody at work says, well, here's an idea. I do this with my kids. This lady would take a shoebox, fill it full of stuff that they need, like a toothbrush, toothpaste, bottle of Tylenol, some hair gel, you know, stuff they normally wouldn't buy. Because when you just move out of the house, you're kind of, I mean, you're on your own. You're going to spend your money on what you really need, not what your parents would normally have bought for you, you know. I mean, yeah, you have to buy your own toilet paper and your own toothpaste. So I would just put soap in there, and then usually like a gift card for $100 or something, you know, among other things too. Now that was just one thing I would do for them, and they would thank me over and over. And I'd put in some hot chocolate and stuff like that, you know, because that's something that they would think, well, expensive. I just can't afford it right now. It's not really a priority, even though they know they need to buy it. You know, so anyways, wow, my hot chocolate's almost gone. Well, that's really good. It's cooled off a bit since I first started drinking it. But I'm going to try this little cupcake here. That her daughter made these. Wow, tasty. Oh, that was very sweet. I knew I couldn't eat all this stuff. It's just too much. Well, I think it's time for the big reveal. I wrapped this very special gift up. I'm not sure if you can read what that says. I'll read it to you. To my amazing viewers, from Mark, Merry Christmas. That's for you people. I symbolically give you this gift, and I want to thank you all for just being the awesome people that you are. The whole ASMR community, to me, is like one big tingle. You know, it really is. It's just an amazing thing to be part of. I had no idea that people were so warm and friendly and so helpful and encouraging and supportive. And I can't thank you enough. So, Merry Christmas, my friends, and Happy Holidays. And if you're alone on Christmas Day, which I hope you aren't, but if you are, I hope there's somebody you can reach out to, you know, even through a text, a phone call, email, Skype, you know. Sometimes I guess you have to take the initiative, maybe, but I hope that there's someone that you can at least talk to one way or another or visit with. So anyways, my friends, once again, have a very blessed Merry Christmas. Make sure you eat lots, you know, enjoy yourself, enjoy your families, and I wish you all the best in the new year. So you take care. I love you